everybody. Thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for being here. If you have been here before, thank you very much, and if you're new, thank you for that too. Today's reading is going to be, are you special in their eyes? And as always, I would start, you need to be special in your own eyes more than anybody else's, but it's always interesting to have a little nosy. You've got three choices. The first choice is serious. This would be the type of card you should be drawn to, possibly if you are, or your person is extremely focused, very disciplined, very dedicated, the type of person who would plant a tree for the next generation, who thinks forward. When I think of Sirius, I always think of Picasso. So if that has any meaning to you as well, I think it's very strong in his chart, then you may want number one. Number two is Vega and self-discipline. So if you are drawn to martial arts, or you have intense self-discipline, or you meditate, or your person meditates. Also as well, if you're drawn towards the book June, I always think of the Fremen. The people who live underneath the earth and who basically rebel against the others. There's a bit of a little revolution going on there. So if that feels like martial arts, revolution, keeping quiet until you get a team together and then coming out blasting, or meditation, or you've got big dark eyes, or they have, that may be your card. For number three, you've got Andromeda. So change. The reason it's got change written on this, and I don't really know anything much about Andromeda at all, but I expect when we die that change will be immediate. If you're drawn to change in this lifetime, you may resonate with this card. But I think whatever we think comes to us straight away when we're dead, I guess. So that's why we need to sort our minds out while we're here. So that's what I've got for those three cards: number one, number two, number three. If you want to take your choice, and then we'll just get started. Okay, pile number one. I'm not so sure what I feel as yet. I just feel a lot of earth in here, which is funny because pile number three was basically change being immediate, and then you've got Saturn here, so that slows everything down. So it gives us time to process what we're thinking, feeling and projecting, and what's coming towards us, and possibly to change our mindset to make sure that whatever another word manifest, maybe overused at times, but it's still, you all know what it means. It's got something in there. This has got slow written all over it. This has got admiration. With regards to being special, the answer is it's admiration towards you. You've got something about you which I was going to say reeks of being a lady or a gentleman. It's that slow moving classic type of feeling. And I know I did Paul Newman's chart the other day, who was Capricorn, Aquarius. And when I put those two together, there's something quite standoffish and quite reserved, but all in a very sort of classical way. And I think there is that feeling in this pile. So this person is drawn to you for that reason. I will get more to the end, at the end with regards to interpreting special and why, but let me just go through the pile. You've got here earthy cards in the centre. You've got the Two of Earth, and you have got the Nine of Pentacles. This has got a feeling that, and the word humble caught my eye down here with Taurus. It's not, sorry. It's not something I would have written down myself for Taurus. Not that I think it's wrong, I just haven't thought about humble before with regards to Taurus. But I suppose they are in the same way Virgo are, the fact that they tend to be very sort of not asking for a lot of attention and just allowing things to be. So there's a feeling with regards to how they see you and whether you're special, that you don't ask for a lot, that you are concerned with everyday routine and getting on with things rather than being the centre and making life into a drama. So there's something very attractive in that. And I know when I talk about signs and things, Taurus is one I don't often talk about. I don't actually know that many Taurians, to be totally honest. I can probably, the ones that have, I've spent a long time with, I've worked with. I had a friend who was a Taurian, which I had for a couple of years, who was lovely. But so the energy isn't as familiar to me. But this has got a very earthy feel to it, why this person thinks you're special. So if you haven't got lots of earth, you may want to move on. Anyway, let me keep going. The Five of Air at the beginning and the Hierophant card, the Six of Pentacles. This honestly feels, with all the Pentacle cards and the Hierophant card and the Six of Pentacles down here, that you may actually share space where things are exchanged, which I know sounds, it could be back of the bike sheds, but I think it's like a work situation or something that is very polite. Very much anybody could be watching you and you are having a normal conversation. And you play, there's the Two of Pentacles twice here. So that's what I'm thinking with Six of Pentacles, there's exchange going on here. This isn't exchange as in like banter and silliness with Saturn and Taurus here. This is like exchanging goods, maybe lessons here, or finance, money, or just very reserved, proper conversation. Maybe other people around as well. So it wouldn't surprise me if it was a work situation. Then you're moving on here, or I'm moving on here to the Justice card. The Justice card over here starts changing to an airy feel. Why? Why? Are you a mixture of both? That's very northern, isn't it? Why? But you've got the Ten of Pentacles down here. Okay, this is the feeling I'm getting from this. You're special to this person because you're solid, because you don't hog the limelight. And I have seen earthy people. I've had that conversation with people. A Virgo man who was saying, this guy that used to come into work and he used to strut in, and he was Forces guy, a bit of a lad, sort of like walk like that. Anyway, I quite liked him, but the Virgo guy thought he was a bit showy, but I quite like a bit of show, so I didn't notice it really. It just was, okay, here he is, that type of thing. But he didn't like it. He liked things very sort of understated. So I think this person finds you classically understated, and that's why you're special. To me, this isn't somebody that is flirting loudly or trying to grab somebody's attention or being abrupt or a little bit seedy or something like that. It just is very reserved exchange of goods, workplace, conversation, and it turns more towards conversation. It goes on. So I think you know this person a bit better as time has gone on. I would guess here the Justice card and the King of Swords that the conversation has flowed, is that the correct word, a little bit more easily as you've got to know this person, which I suppose is the thing, is everybody knows that. So why am I saying it? Just because it's in the cards. The Ten of Pentacles at the end, it almost comes back to Taurians and Saturn. You can't shake what they've decided. Difficult thing to say. Once they've decided what they want, they can spend years and years and years until they get it. And it's quite funny that this path starts off very earthy, has what I would say a light-hearted feel towards the end, but still manages to end up in the Ten of Pentacles at the end. So this person, oh my God, long-term goals. Oh my God, I'm so slow. This person, you are their tree. They have planted their tree. That is you, and they are going to worm their way, that's not a very sexy way to put that, to you eventually. And that doesn't mean hold on for it. It just means to me that I think this person has a plan and is not in a rush to make it real. So that is why you're special, because you're not actually, you're not. You've got the Moon card here in the Seven of Pentacles. You don't know what's going on, but you're still playing the earthy game of giving little bits slowly. And if this person, for instance, has like a Capricorn Venus or a Virgo Venus or a Taurian Venus, that's going to thrill them. Oh, I find it so difficult because I like things straight away. So, but I do love the differences. This person can wait a long, long time to get you, to have you. And I have this lovely story, which I will say very quickly about, and I don't know if it's totally correct. And for some reason, it really stuck in my mind. It was something like The Woman Who Was Not, and it was something about a lady called what looked like Jelena. And I wrote it down because I liked it so much. It was about a man who fell in love with somebody else's wife, and they were friends, and so he just basically knew that this is how this would act. He knew what was going on, and he sat back, and they just kept it normal conversations. I'm guessing he was in his 40s at this time. So I'm sort of half making up the ages here. 10, 15 years later, this woman's husband died, and by which time he was a musician travelling around the world and just sent notes and letters back all the time, so they kept in contact, and then they married. They spent about 8 years together, and then he died. So it's a really sad story, but it still has that feeling of somebody that doesn't bounce outside the box when they can't have something immediately. And that is why you're special, because your person is probably very similar, and there's a respect and an elegance about that, of not grabbing or grasping or yelling or screaming or being a big baby. It's like you've grown up, you're Saturn. And Taurus has got that very sort of sensual, long, languid, sexy feel about it. So you must, and Queen of Cups at the end, to me, that energy, if I'm putting that and that into a person, you're the type of person that speaks slowly, very smooth, very much at ease in yourself, who you are, your own body. You don't make a fuss. You're not one, which is, I think, especially with younger children nowadays, is quite a difficult thing to have. Everybody feels that, oh, I should be on them. I don't know if I'm saying this wrong, but there's a lot of people, if you ask them what they want to do, young kids, what do they want to do? They want to be seen, they want to be famous, or they want to be this. And I know things are different nowadays, but I don't remember thinking that as a kid. Actually, I did want to make the Muppets. I wanted to be the person that did the sort of scene, not the scenery, but made the scenes for the Muppets. So actually, perhaps I did. Okay, so this is what we've got here with regards to, are you special in their eyes? You're special because you are laid back, languid, smooth, controlled, not grasping, very gentlemanly or ladylike. You don't need a lot of attention, and you come across as very confident. You are sweet and soft and kind and caring, and this person, I guess, feels that you're okay with what they are probably in their mind seeing as their long-term goal, because you've got starting off with that card and you're ending in the Ten of Pentacles. Pentacle work exchange here, feel it going on, where it's all above board and everything's nice and there's attraction there, but it's not so much that it's uncomfortable, it's there and recognised, and there's no flights of fancy or daydreaming or intense, maybe from you, the moon here, but intense obsessing. It's like, well, when it will be type of thought process going on from their point of view. This person, I assume, has got to know you better, wants to get to know you better. I quite enjoying that sneaky card down there, because this is all above board. And then the Ten of Pentacles at the end brings it back to this person has got a plan. And it's got something to do with sneaking. I'm dying to find out what it is. Oh my gosh. My only thoughts are, I don't know. There's something in, considering Taurus down here is like sensual and stubborn and loyal and humble. Then you've got the Strength card there. It's almost like they keep all that in because it makes them more of a lady, more of a gentleman. By keeping themselves back from you. Oh, look how stubborn I am. I'm so proud of myself. Look how loyal I am and humble. I'm so proud of myself. There's something in the play and the rub is what I'm trying to say here that makes the end goal more enticing. Long play going here. I'm going to leave that there, pile number 1. There's got to be earth in this pile. If there isn't, or this isn't a long-term relationship that's been going on a long time, this one might not have been for you, but it has a beautiful, reserved, Oh, I can't think of the word to leave you with that makes you special. Elegant, I would guess, was the one that first came to my mind after I got stuck, but elegant, I think. And just as I'm going to start packing up now, I've noticed people with strong earth in them, they notice small details, so it wouldn't surprise me whether this person's really impressed by your jewellery, which I know is unusual, but your jewellery or the way your clothes are put together or the way that your hair is styled or something particular, and they've complimented you on that. And that would probably give you a little bit more insight to whether this pile is yours. If they've complimented you on something that not many people notice, something that isn't flashy, that's something that's understated, like your watch or your shoes or just something, or your voice. Yes, I know you're going to put rude comments on what they've complimented you on. No, don't. Yeah, do. Go on. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye now. Thank you very much. Oh, readings should be out on Sunday night. Try and put readings out on Sunday night. There's a handful out normally. Yeah, that's it. So if you fancy one, it's huluppu.co.uk. Thank you again. Bye. Pile number 2, I have to start again. I'm going to put this here so and I know when I'm editing it. The reason being, let me put it here, is that I started talking about beauty and it sounded insulting, as if I actually judge like that as well, but I don't think I do at all. But yeah, so here we go again. Are you special in their eyes? There is a feeling of beauty coming from you. You've got Leo, you've got Venus. So this is somebody who shines, who sticks out, somebody who is probably typically attractive. And when I tripped up last time, I was sort of going down the route that even if you aren't, people have certain types. But it turned down a route which didn't make me sound as if it made me sound flipping horrible. I didn't actually think that when I was saying it, just didn't come out like I wanted it to. You've got the Death card, you've got the Four of Pentacles here. So this person doesn't find their attraction to you easy. There's something uncomfortable in this pile. So I think you are special in their eyes, but not in a way that they find easy to accept. With the Death card and the Four of Pentacles and the Father of Cups. There's lots of feelings going through my head. Lilith was the first one that just came into my pea brain then. But the Father of Cups here, this person may be already married, or they may be afraid that it's Lilith feeling here. It's like they may be smooth or easy. No, it can't be if you've got Venus or Leo. You may be at ease with yourself because that combination. Yes, you're at ease with yourself. You may be quite gregarious. You may be quite outgoing. You may be extremely good looking. They may be a little bit more contained, but not through lack of love, not through lack of the ability to love, just their general disposition. So you're special in their eyes because you make them feel inadequate. But I wonder whether they may actually grow a little to be a little bit close to your Venus-Leo energy here, where you actually give out quite easily. And I don't mean that in that way, but more in a way where you enjoy spending money. You're probably okay at spending money on yourself. You're very creative, very talented. People are drawn towards you. This person you may be a different type to their norm even. Anyway, there's a lot of at the beginning here with regards to are you special. There's a Chariot, which to be honest, there's wheels here, and there's balancing here. So to me, I'm trying to sum these up with regards to a teetering sort of feeling. So the Chariot is will, and there's playing with it. And the Justice card is trying to find that balance. And the Eight of Swords is having anxiety through that. So I'm thinking this man or woman finds you special, but almost chokes on it. It's uncomfortable for them. It makes them either, I don't know what it is, makes them feel as if they're inadequate, or they just can't give you this relationship or situation, or they don't want to show you, even though they are what looks like a good person but struggling with it. Maybe more shy than you are. Or maybe not as attractive as you in their mind, on their scale. So let's have a look at these cards, see how things move on. The Four of Earth is solid, stuck there. The Ace of Pentacles, this one's solid, and this is more, there's more achievement, there's more movement with the Ace of Wands going to here. And this person gets their mojo back. This person is learning how to feel loved and be comfortable with that. So you're special in their eyes because you're at ease with your love language. They, with the Death card and the Four of Pentacles in the centre, are not. So the reason that you're special is the fact that you are what they need to be, what they want to be. There's an ease about you which they don't have. But this actually, as it continues with the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, it grows to what I guess is from being blocked to feeling attractive, and it's like that's the go, and that's the end card here, and amongst that is attraction. So I would love to say that this is going to end up in some sort of sexy marriage with those two cards, but what it feels like to me is this: you're special in this person's life because you are their lesson, because you are teaching them how to love themselves, how to not judge on what they look like, or how eloquent I can't even do it myself, I'm supposed to be talking, eloquently they speak, or what they've got in the bank, or what car they've got, or what clothes they've got, or whether they can do this or that. It's more a case of that you don't care. This has a lovely feeling of being very much into yourself, but in a way that lets other people almost feed off you in a way that's nice. It's like you radiate. You know, your drains and your radiators. You're a radiator. You give out to people, and you're warm and you're kind, and everybody wants to, you know, you smell good, you look good, people want to know this and that about you. There's something very almost famous feel about these two together. I know that I can't think of a better word there, but enigmatic was the word. Probably would be better. Feeling about you. You may be famous, I don't know, but people are drawn to the way that you express yourself. This person's drawn to it big time, but in a very fearful way at the moment, that I think is the main reason that you may have been brought together in the first place and why you're so special. Because you've got the Queen of Swords here, and then you've got the Tower card. So why do they find you special? Because they're having a complete and utter flip inside themselves with regards to their love language, how they see themselves in relationships. I don't think this person finds himself particularly attractive. You're the type of person that Leo have a fantastic way of talking. I can't even put my finger on it. I've seen it with family members. I've seen it with people that I know that have Leo. It's almost like they're interested in themselves, and so automatically everybody else is. You know, when somebody mumbles in the corner and puts their head down, people tend to think, well, okay, maybe there's not much. You know, you almost project yourself onto people with these qualities here, and people are like, wow, why is she or he like that? It's a lovely, lovely feel. And then you've got the Devil card at the end. This person feels introverted. They feel as if they could be slightly more introverted than you. You're a bit like chalk and cheese, this feels like a little bit. You're special because this person could be, let me just put this into astrology terms for me. If you're turning up as Leo Venus, you own the show. In a very sort of smooth, glam way. Hopefully you've got big hair. I'm really hoping you have here. They are learning how to, probably extremely good. This is funny. They are subversive. They are the people that are under the ground doing things without asking for any attention. You're on the top owning whatever you're owning the earth. You're on the top of it. You know, everybody's drawn towards you. You're doing a good job of making people see what life should be like. It should be enjoyed. It should be fun. We should appreciate beauty. Even though and then we can weather the tougher times a little bit easier. They are almost like a little mongoose poking their head out and seeing you up there getting on with it, being sociable, having parties, drinking wine, spending money on clothes and looking really good in it, and they're like, wow, hold on, can't quite understand this. But you're almost pulling this meerkat out of the hole because it ends in the Six of Wands. You're giving this person confidence because you're giving them an alternative. And that is why you're special. And the Devil card here with the Tower card here, it's almost because it's such a big jump to be from underground, which has suited this person's lessons well until now. But as I was saying, which I didn't actually go into, did I? With regards to like a progressed sun or something, this person has got a different persona, which is, being built upon their old one. And that's where they may be going through a Leo progression and you're showing them how to do it. And the Devil card here is a slightly... I'm going to say rotating, but what's the word when it goes over and over? I don't want to say obsessive. It's like consistent thought process. That's a long way of saying obsessive. That goes on in their mind over you. Yeah, they think about you a lot. That's why you're special, because you are their North Star in some way. And the message to you here, the Venus, the Leo, is if you have these qualities where you enjoy life, where you enjoy love and beauty, whether you're not, you don't think money's dirty, or whether whether you're very creative or talented in some area and you like showing people, it's like hold on to that and don't let people put you down, because you're doing a favour to people who don't really know what that feels like. We all need to show alternatives and be ourselves, even if we think that, and especially, if anybody's ever had a knock at you or tried to put you down for that, it's like, no, just enjoy yourself, because you allow people to see alternatives. Right, I'm going to go there, pile number 2. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for sharing your time with me. I'll put new readings out on my website, which is huluppu.co.uk, on Sunday nights if you fancy one. But please subscribe and comment. I like the comments, and give it a thumbs up to show me that you're here. Thank you very much. Bye. Hi everybody. Hi pile 3. I'm going to start again. There is a feeling here with regards to, are you special? You're special because they've lost you. I don't think you're there, and it feels sad. It feels like they will regret it. To me, I was talking about change earlier in the 2 full starts that I had, and I was saying on this Saturnian earth that change is slow because we're here to learn, so we get things stretched out, so we have time to process it and wonder, and to try and understand patterns and to try and understand our motives and our incentives and change ourselves, so that whatever we manifest or whatever we get coming towards us, we are part and parcel of the whole process, rather than unconsciously having shit thrown at us all the time. Then we blame everybody else for it. We do it to some extent. I think it's sort of it's a group effort. It's a group effort in some way. It's not always you individually. I think groups together have their karma, and it comes back and slaps us in the face at times, for good and for bad, I suppose. But you've got Pluto here as well, and Taurus here. So that to me is making me think of change and long term. You're turning up in the middle of this pile, and I'm looking for, do they think you're special? You've got the 9 of Earth. So I think you are consistent and kind and balanced with them. Then you've got the World card, which makes me think you're not there anymore. And the 7 of Swords makes me think of some sort of chironic healing going on. So I think this person either didn't appreciate you or didn't move towards you, or you were away too fast before they had time to come to terms with what they wanted. So you're special to them as far as I can see. I've only looked at this one really, which is surprising because it's my 3rd full start. This is a real start. That you're special because you left a hole in their life. Let's have a look at these ones. the moon card, confusion, deception, that Neptunian feel of not being able to talk straight, to grab information or to know where you sit possibly. Then you've got lots of people involved here with a situation where maybe somebody left early and then heartache. So if you walked out on this person or this person walked out on you, or whether they extricated, oh my God, I made that up. What's the word when you take yourself out of a situation? Don't know. Is it something like that? It is, isn't it? I think something like that. But basically, you removed yourself from a situation, or they did. And there's not a fee. It's like, why? Why did that happen? Why did we pull apart? There's confusion and what may be interpreted from one person's side as deceit. And it hurt. And you're not there. And they're healing. To me, I would say inside my body that this feels like they didn't play the game as straight up as you, or weren't as invested as you, because they were like, it will fall into my lap type of. With Taurus here and Pluto, that change is slow. They're like, okay, it will sort itself out, but you disappeared, I think. I feel that you, because this person's got their back turned towards this. I know I haven't answered your question yet. When this other person's looking out, and you've got the Empress here and the Two of Pentacles, a wrong decision was made in this relationship. And I think that they are stuck with regards in pain. The Nine of Swords, why do they find you special? The Nine of Swords, the Hangman, overthinking, painful thoughts. The Six of Swords, twice trying to heal from it. You're special in this person's life because you showed them a lesson, or you allowed them to see themselves in the middle of a lesson with all eyes open in a way that has shaken them, I guess. And that's why you're special, because you didn't change that much. Perhaps you didn't retaliate. Perhaps it wasn't you that walked out on them, but you didn't change your demeanour, or you were just kind and you were steady and you were open, but you possibly, the world card, had enough. And it allowed them to see themselves bare. So that is why you're special, because you didn't lower yourself. You kept yourself kind and open and walked away or removed yourself from this situation. Very elegant feeling about you here. And with the Nine of Swords here and the Hangman, it's pain. This person is treating their distance from you as a bit of an epiphany with regards to how they see themselves, and that's why you're special. There's a pile here, I can't remember if it's one or two, where there was a lesson in the whole relationship, and that's where the feeling of being special came from, because you taught them how to grow up, or in the process of teaching them how to grow up. Because these are why you're special, and they're tough cards. The Six of Swords, with the Hangman and the Nine of Swords, to me is somebody who's, oh yikes, it's like this person wakes up in the night and say, why did I do that? Why didn't I play it this way? What a shame, what a loss. And forever looking out and waiting to see. This is like somebody waiting for the postman, or waiting for that email to come in. And the situation may still be open, but you're special, this person, because you're probably the first person, in a platonic type way, to allow them to possibly to heal. Because you don't play up and you give them space to do that. We can shout at people, we can rage at them, we can force ourselves on situations and people, but unless we're given time to process it ourselves, it's almost like being an addict, isn't it, that has to come to their own realisation that whatever they're doing isn't good. And I think that's why you're special to this person, because you were gracious, you gave them room, and you said enough is enough, and this person's finding it difficult and painful and missing you. So not the answer I was expecting, but that's what I've got there, pile number 3. Thank you very much for joining me. Be interesting to know in the comments section if any of this felt right. which would go with the change being drawn out. Pluto, difficult change. Taurus, length, everything moving slowly. And you not changing at all, and them having to change their inner workings to adapt to the situation, especially if they want you back, because this is difficult for them. Okay, pile number 3, I'm going to leave you there. New readings that normally put out on Friday night. No, it's not Friday, I'm lying. It's Sunday night. The website's huluppu.co.uk. Please like, please subscribe, please comment. Thank you very much. Bye.